Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Pour Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright, now look, so for this one, I'm gonna be telling y'all about this girl named Savannah. You know what I'm saying? From my hood that I grew up with, and she was bold business. You know what I'm saying? Alright, you know I gotta start it all the way from the top so it makes sense. Because other than that, it ain't gonna make sense. You know what I'm saying? Alright. So, I've been knowing Savannah since elementary school. Literally, probably since we was like 6, 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like second grade type shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, at that time, I was just bad as fuck. Like, I was super bad. I done told y'all before, I used to go on my daddy pockets and steal his money. You know what I'm saying? He used to be a big time drug dealer back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And you know how drug dealers keep their money. They keep their money in knots like this. Well, even though my daddy gave up the street life, you know, to be a father figure to me and everything, he still had the street mentality in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't selling dope no more, none of that, but he still had that mentality in him. So with his money, he'd keep it in a fat ass knot, just like how drug dealers do. Now, at this point, he working an honest job, you know what I'm saying? He an upstanding citizen, and he come home to his family every day. But he still kept his money in a big ass knot, just like this, you know. So while he'd be asleep, I hear him snoring. I go straight to his pants pocket, pull that knot out, right? You know what I'm saying? Pull that knot out, it'd be about good 4, 5 bands. You know what I'm saying? All type of dollar bills. You know what I'm saying? 50s, hundreds, 20s, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just said this before. I steal like $400, $500 at a time. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't come to steal $1 or two or 20 here and there. I steal hundreds of dollars at a time. And every time I do it, he will always come up to the school, come get me, beat the shit out of me. I gotta give him back the money. I'm on punishment. I get all my shit took, all that. I was just bad as hell. You know what I'm saying? Until I finally stopped doing that shit. You know, it took me a couple of times to get my head bust a few times, but I eventually came out of it, right? So my point of mentioning all of that is this right here. So with me going in his pocket, stealing his money, I go to school and I be flexing with the money, right? You know what I'm saying? Mind you, we in the second grade. Like, don't nobody got no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was balling if you had $5, $10 on you. You was balling then. You know what I'm saying? Man, I come in that bitch $3, $4, $500 and 50s, hundreds, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody looking at me like, man, this nigga rich. Where you getting all this money from? Woo woo, right? Well, one day I was around Savannah. You know what I'm saying? I gave her $50. You know, like, I liked her at that time. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So everybody crowding around me, asked me for money and shit. Nah. Savannah came around. I threw her $50, right? Okay, cool. She walked away and shit, right? One of the homies tried to ask me $50. I was like, nah, you know, I can't do that, right? He walked away and went and asked Savannah to come ask me for another 50 to give it to him, type shit. But I didn't know that this is what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So she came back to me and asked me for another 50. I gave it to her, right? Right after that, we walking down the hallway. I see her handing the $50 to the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, straight up? Okay, cool. You won't never get nothing else out of me. You know what I'm saying? So I guess she felt like she got down on me like I was a lame or something. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's how she was feeling or whatever, you know. Okay, cool, right? Now fast forward the tape. All the way up until 2017. Yeah, this is 2017, right? So I'm 2 years fresh out of prison. You know, I'm still relearning the streets. You know, I'm getting back in the mix of things. Blah, 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 blah. This was when I dropped that SS Mining, right? So I'm riding around the hood in that bitch. I'm feeling good, you know, all of that, right? Savannah was still over there in the hood. So she used to see me riding around and shit, you know, so she digging me now. Mind you, this what, 20 years later, you know what I'm saying? Now she digging me like, oh, check this nigga out. He doing good, blah, blah, blah type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at the gas station in my hood one day. I'm sitting in the car, I'm rolling a blunt. She pulled up right next to me because she knew my car. You know what I'm saying? So I guess while she was riding down 7 Mile, she seen my car at the gas station. So she came and pulled right up next to me. She tried to play it off and shit, you know, like she didn't know that she parked next to me, but she knew what was up. So I'm just rolling my blunt, minding my business. She over there trying to get my attention, you know what I'm saying? I'm not budging. I can see out the corner of my eye. It's her on the side of me, and I know what she on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always 10 steps ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? So while she doing that, I'm just still rolling my blunt, acting like I don't even see this bitch. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She beeping the horn, all type of shit. I ain't paying her no mind. By this point, she get out the car, walk in the store. She got on little booty shorts and all that. You know, it was hot at the time. So she got on little booty shorts, swinging her ass and all that. She had some nice cheeks on her. You know what I'm saying? So she just trying to get my attention. I'm not buying it. Mind you, like I said, she tried to play me back in elementary like I was a lame. You know what I'm saying? I never forgot that. You know what I'm saying? So now, fast forward the tape, 20 some years later, this was she on. Now she trying to get my attention. When back then she tried to play me like a lame, but now she trying to get my attention. And the dude that she gave the money to, that nigga a fucking bum. You know what I'm saying? So now fast forward the tape, she see me out here doing good. Now she trying to get my attention, but I'm hoeing her. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So she went in the store, did what she did. By the time she came out, I was licking the blunt clothes. Like, I'm ready to light this bitch. You know what I'm saying? While this going on, she come walk over like to the passenger side of her car. So basically, she on my driver's side now. You know what I'm saying? She twerking on her on the hood of her car, all type of shit, like trying to get my attention. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm licking the blunt clothes, I go to Sparky. I look over at her. I'm like, you really gotta do all that? You know what I'm saying? She get to laughing like, yeah, because you was acting like you ain't see me, blah, blah, blah. How you been? Get out the car. Give me a hug. I ain't seen you in a long time, blah, 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 right? All right, cool. So I get out the car. I give her a hug and shit. You know, I got my arms around her waist, like on the bottom part of her waist, like damn near where her ass at. But I'm not touching her ass. You know what I'm saying? She put her arms behind me and grabbed my arms and pushed it down to her ass. Like, go ahead and grab that ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this bitch is a rat. You know, so we get to talking and shit. She like, yeah, I missed you. I ain't seen you in so long. How you been? Blah, 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 blah. All of this, right? So we doing all that. Okay, cool. After that, we swap numbers. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. She pull off. I smoke. I go on by my business. She hit me up a couple hours later. You know, she like, what you doing? Whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, shit, I'm in the hood. What's up? She like, if you don't got nothing to do, you know, you can come to my crib and, you know, come kick it with me. Now, mind you, at this time, I'm thinking she still stay in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So where she stayed at when she stayed in the hood was right around the corner from where I was at, you know? So I'm like, all right, bet, I'm about to pull up. She like, how you gonna pull up? You don't even got my address. I'm like, what you mean? You know? She like, I don't live there, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, where you live at? You know? She said she stayed in a city called Wixom. Wixom, maybe about a half hour, 45 minutes away from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So when she said she was staying in Wixom, I was like, oh, damn, that's a nice little ride. But I'm like, all right, cool. You know, just drop the address. She dropped the address. I hopped on the freeway, shot out there, right? I get there. Wixom is a nice, ducked off ass, little tiny ass suburban city. You know what I'm saying? I get out there, right? When I get there, I park. I go up to the door, knock on the door. She opened the door with lingerie on. I'm like, she got straight to it. You know what I'm saying? So I came in. She got weed and drink. I got weed and drink. You know what I'm saying? We sitting there blowing, drinking, talking shit. watching a little TV, all of that. You know what I'm saying? While we doing all that, we catching up on a lot of things. We talking about guys in the hood, how this and this happened, what happened to her after elementary school, what high school she went to, where I went, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Just being social, right? So after we got all the social part out the way, we get to talking a little deeper, about different hood shit that was going on that I ain't gonna speak on. You know what I'm saying? But now we talking about other shit that happened in the hood that you keep your mouth closed on, but it's just me and her. So, and we know each other, so we just talking about different shit. Well, anyway, with that being said, I guess that drew our connection like a little stronger. So at this point, she feeling good now. She hop up, she get to dancing on me and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? We, what can you say, vibing. You know what I'm saying? The vibes was great. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, she cut the TV off. She like, what's up? I was like, damn, I knew this was coming. You know what I'm saying? So we got right to it. You know what I'm saying? We did our thing, all of that shit, right? After we did all of that, we fell asleep, right? The next day, we get up. When we get up, I go my way, she went her way. You know what I'm saying? She went to work, I went off and did my thing. You know what I'm saying? She called me a couple hours later while she was at work. She was like, damn, that was so good. She like, I can't believe I've been missing out on you all of this time, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you come back over tonight, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, cool. So mind you, at this point, me and her, we fucking with each other. You know what I'm saying? We did this for like maybe 2 weeks straight. You know what I'm saying? Number good vibes. We doing the damn thing, right? Mind you, still in the back of my mind, I still remember how she played me when we was kids. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't letting that go. You know what I'm saying? So my whole mission was to get her to be submissive to me because of how she tried to play me back in the day anyway. So I'm over here in her shit playing my role, right? Well, just so happened at this time, my car went in the shop. You know what I'm saying? The transmission, it's like a seal on the transmission. The sealant on that transmission had broke. So it was leaking transmission fluid. You know what I'm saying? It was leaking bad. So I had to send it to the transmission shop. You know what I'm saying? For them to take care of that shit or whatever. So while it's at the shop, girl, she like, oh, it ain't no problem. Woo, woo. She like, I'll come get you. So she started coming to pick me up to take me to her crib. Like, she didn't care to be at my house. She wanted me to come be at her house with her. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? We doing that. Everything good. We get to our house. We do that again. Very next morning, I'm thinking she about to drop me back off at home. She like, look, while your car in the shop, you could drive my car. Just drop me off at work. Pick me up when I get off. I'm like, damn, straight up like that? Like, I remember when you hold me back in the day. Now you giving me access to your car and shit? Like, that's crazy, So I'm like, okay, bet, that'll work. You know what I'm saying? I took her to work, right? When she got to work, she get out the car. She walk over to the driver's side. She took her gun off her hip. Yes, she had a gun on her hip. She gave it to me. She said, here, take this with you. She gave me her debit card, and I had the keys to her car. Also, the house keys as well. So, I had her gun, her car, her crib, and her debit card. And I ain't asked for none of that shit. She was just so caught up in trying to impress me that she gave me all her shit on Beezy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, straight up, that's how you coming? You know what I'm saying? She walked into work. She was like, I'll call you later. Go ahead, have a good day. Bet. I pull off. I'm feeling like I'm that nigga. Like, I'm like, that's crazy, because I remember when this broad tried to play me like a lame back then, but I never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding around this bitch car. I got her gun, her debit card, her keys. I got her whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I had went to a store. I can't remember exactly where I went, but I went to a store. I spent like $50 or something, and when I got the receipt back, the receipt said it was like $4,000 in the account. I'm like, oh, straight up, man. I hit the ATM, withdrew 500. You all on my nuts like that, and you got down on me for my money back in the day. Let me hit you real quick. Let me get this fire real quick. You done gave me your gun and everything, so I'm pretty sure you ain't tripping. And you gave me your debit card. What the fuck you giving me your debit card for? I got my own money. But this how you was coming. So, withdraw $500, right? Got the 500, went on by my day, right? By the time she get off, she like, did you go to the ATM and withdrew some money out my account? I'm like, yeah. She like, what you take? I'm like, I took 500. She like, what the fuck you take all that money out my account for? Woo. I'm like, look, dog. First off, you gave me access to all of your shit. Why is you giving me all of your shit and then complaining about what I took out of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hit her with that look. Like, don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? So she like, oh, man, I'm just saying, like, you could have just said something to me. Ooh. I'm like, man, I ain't had to say shit. Bitch, you gave me your gun, your car, your keys, your card. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gave me everything. The fuck is you talking about? Bitch, you gave me your gun. You know what I'm saying? I could have went in and shot and killed somebody and put that shit on you. It's her gun registered to her. Like, it's a fully registered gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I could have went and killed somebody with this damn gun. Your ass would have went down for it. So after I went off on her, she played, oh, babe, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, you could have just said something. Woo. I held up the debit card. Bitch, why would I have to say something when you gave it to me? What did you give it to me for? You know what I'm saying? So that was sign number one. Red flag number one. She was on some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So it went from she wanted me to come over every day to I only came over probably twice a week. Then that started declining. So maybe like 2 weeks after that, right? At this point, we hardly talking or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the gas station again, right? This crazy bitch pulled up on me, hopped out. Nigga, where my motherfucking money? Woo. Okay. So, before I go any further, she only came like this because I wasn't fucking with her no more like how I was before she got to tripping on that 500. You know what I'm saying? I fell back on her. So like I said, it wasn't no everyday thing no more at this point. Now it was like maybe a couple of times out the week now. You know what I'm saying? So when she caught me at the gas station, she came whooped up on me, got to tweaking. Where my money at? Woo. I'll call the police on your ass right now. Woo. I don't give a fuck. Call the hood. What the fuck is you talking about? I don't care. Bitch, call them. What the fuck is they gonna do? You gave me your fucking card. You gave me access to it. If the police want to go ahead and look up the receipts or whatever, what they gonna see is that your card went into a ATM machine and it withdrew $500. Your card. So call the hook all you want. It ain't gonna say I'm the one that withdrew. It's gonna say you withdrew your card with your PIN number. So that's on you. And on top of it, that was weeks ago when that happened. I can see if you got on it instantly as soon as it happened. That was 2 weeks ago. You think you about to file a report now and you think you about to get justice? Like, bitch, you forgot I just left the system. So when I did all that, shut her ass down. She ain't know what to do. I'm like, man, I'm out of here. Threw my shit in drive, pulled off. I pull off. This bitch jump in her car. She gonna cut me off. So if I'm driving like this, she went around me to cut my car off to stop me. You know what I'm saying? She hop out the car again. Nigga, I said, give me my motherfucking money. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Ooh. I'm like, look, dog, don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. By this time, she went ahead, upped her shirt, to show me that gun. Like, nigga, you know I ain't playing woo. I'm like, go ahead. Shoot me. You think I'm scared or something? Shoot me. She saw that look in my face. She was like, oh, this nigga ain't playing. So she got in her car and she pulled off. I'm gonna get my motherfucking money out you. I don't give a fuck how I go. Peace out. So she pulled off, I pulled off. Just so happened that same exact day, I had got a check in the mail for like $800. You know, just like some lost money type shit. You know what I'm saying? I went ahead, I cashed that bitch so quick. Came with that 5. I called her, hey, meet me over here. She met me over where I told her to meet me at. I dropped the 500 on her, jumped in my car and pulled off. She was so hurt. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to call me, trying to apologize, all that shit. I ain't hearing nothing. I ain't going for nothing. Now, mind you, I gave her money back. You know what I'm saying? But it was all the whole fake, like she was trying to play this power over me role. You know what I'm saying? When she the one that gave me her shit. You know what I'm saying? So the lesson out of all this, right? Every relationship that you have with somebody, it's always gonna start out great. Always. But when you get to seeing red flags out of people, pull out. Because it's only gonna get worse from there. You know what I'm saying? And there's been other red flags, but I just gave you the main event on this broad. You know what I'm saying? She was bitter. She was bitter because I pushed her to the side when she acted funny about that little money that she gave me access to. Why would you give me access to your money and get mad if I take something out? That's like me handing my debit card to you and then I get mad because you took out a couple $100. Like, what was the point of me giving you my debit card? You know what I'm saying? So all of that big boss lady shit she was talking, it was all fake. It was all a facade. That was probably just a little tax money she had in her account, and it showed. When that 500 came up missing, she showed her ass. You know what I'm saying? And me and her, we just ain't been cool ever since, you know. But all in all, I smacked them buns all over that damn house. You know what I'm saying? So I got my get back. I ain't tripping. And I was riding around this bitch car with her gun, debit card, and all. You feel me? I had this bitch whole life in my lap. So I got my get back. Like I said, I always get the last laugh. You know what I'm saying? So again, lesson is, when you see red flags out of people, go ahead and pull out and bag away, because it's only going to get worse. It don't get better, baby. Trust me. It's been another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.